It's coffee time! With what sounds like a riding mower outside, I honestly can't tell. I was trying to think to myself whether or not there are any yards out here, and I can't think of one yard that's nearby my house. But it's just, I just keep hearing that pop, 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 like on the riding mower. Have I told you guys how often that was my job when I was in Oregon? I was always the one who got to mow all of that. We have, I guess most of you, a lot of you have joined after the fact and haven't ever seen my property. But oh my goodness, we have like 3 front yards, like side yards, backyards. It's just so much grass, so much that needs to be mowed at a certain time of year. And the grass grows so fast in the summer, it's crazy. So it was my job to spend like a couple of days mowing. It was also my job to pick the dead leaves off of the rhododendrons, but I usually avoided that job like the plague. I was like, oh no, oops, worked all day doing something, guess I can't do the roadies. And my dad was like, come on, come on. Like, it's a job that really needed to get done in order for the roadies to look good at all, but I was always just like, because you got sap all over your fingers. It was the worst. I hated that job so much. Like, it was satisfying in a way, but the second that you had like a buildup of sap all over your fingers from picking off the flowers, because the way that it works is you have like the stem, right? And then there's like a connection point. And the right way to pick off the dead flowers is you pinch right at the point between the stem and the flower, and it just snaps off perfectly, and then a new flower can grow there. So that was supposed to be my job, but that's also the point of the flower that has like sap everywhere. It was just so sticky and gross, and I would get it all over my hands, and I would try for so long to get it off of my fingers, and then my hands would be just like raw, and I was like, I hate this job, and my dad was like, it's one of the easiest jobs here. So I don't know why you're complaining. I was just like, but apart from the roadies, I also got to mow a lot. And that was great. Like, if I remembered to bring out the huge headphones, just like listen to music, like rock out for a while, right? My brother and I would both do that. But the best was when my dad would come by on the truck and be like, hey, you've been working hard. You want to go grab a bite to eat? Be like, yeah, that sounds great. I'd get in the truck and not realize that literally my entire body was covered in dirt, and then we'd go eat, and I'd be so embarrassed. I wouldn't realize until we were almost there that I looked disgusting. But we have, there was a diner that was like super sketch, like the worst sort of diner in the middle of town. We actually used to have 2. We used to have one that was really nice, and then one that was just like kind of just skeezy and weird. And so when we were like super messed up, we'd just go to the skeezy one. If we looked okay, we'd go to the nice one. But the skeezy one is the place where when I was a kid, I ordered hot chocolate, and there was a fly in my hot chocolate, and I was like, can I get new hot chocolate? And they brought me a new hot chocolate that also had a fly in it. I was like, why? Yep. Good times. Good times working on a farm. What? Silence. Get to you later. Good reminiscing. I had something that I wanted to talk about today, but I got distracted by the, oh, it's gone. No putts anymore. Maybe it was just like somebody pulled up on their motorcycle to pick up their girl to go to a flick. He was just like, yeah, just like sitting, right? Like came up on the motorcycle and then like was angled and just sitting there in his leather jacket with his pompadour, just like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Maybe that's what was going on. So he just like left the motorcycle on so everybody would know. Everybody would know that he had a hot date. Yeah, that's the truth in my mind now. It wasn't a mower at all. Not at all. It was the Fonz. Oh man. So today we filmed another Friend Zone promo. And I love the more people that they hire at Maker. And also just the more people that they move into my vicinity. Cracks me up because half the time I'm walking around looking so silly. And so today I was in my kigurumi to film this promo. I sat at somebody else's desk and filmed the promo at somebody's desk. And then immediately after that, one of our producers, Vinny, was like, hey, do you have time for the production meeting? And I was like, oh, yeah. So I just went to the production meeting in my kigurumi and like walking through and having people just be like, is my favorite. It's my absolute favorite thing. I only wish, God, in a perfect world, I would have to walk through the fashion area, but I don't. I don't have to. The fashion area of Maker, can I just say, is pristine in a creepy way. Any of you that work in fashion at Maker that are watching me right now, I love you. I love you all so much, but it creeps me out to be in your area because it's like, everything's like, in normal Maker, everything's like wood and metal and like lots of dark, like warm colors. And then you walk into fashion, bright white walls, and they have lots of natural light coming in, so everything kind of glows. And then just all of the desks are like, it's a big square room, but all of the desks are along the side. So like the center's just empty with like people all around the perimeter. And I'm like, it weirds me out. It weirds me out so bad that I just don't go in. They have like a corner of the building. So you don't have to go in there unless you need to be in the fashion area. But those moments right there are the moments that I wish that I had a reason to walk through there and just be like, yeah, what? I'm fashionable. I'm so fashionable right now. It's just, But no, unfortunately, that dream is not a reality at all. Not even in the slightest. Oh, boy, can you? Oh, there it is again. You know what it reminds me of, actually? It doesn't remind me of the riding mower, but it does remind me of a piece of equipment we used to have. It reminds me of, so the first thing that I ever learned to drive, aside from the riding mower, was our huge Kubota tractor that we used to use for rototilling. And it reminds me of the sound of the tractors, like the big cat that we had and the Kubota. I guess we still have those. But like those huge tractors always make those like put, 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 put noises, but it would be louder. If it was like a big tractor like that, it would be louder, but it sounds like some sort of piece of machinery like that. Oh. Fly, you are so large. There's a fly. Okay, I keep seeing these flies, and I feel like I need to look them up because they're like normal flies, right? And then there are these flies. Nobody wants me to talk about the flies. That's fine. Then there are these flies that are like this big and have stripes on the back. And I'm like, what are those? Wait, let's try to find out together. Flies with stripes on back. Large black striped houseflies. Yeah, these. In the last few days, I've noticed a lot of large striped black houseflies in my house. It appears that they are coming from somewhere in my house, but I cannot find the source. Do they look like these? Image search. Yeah, ugh. Not sure where they are coming from or how to get rid of them. What you have are cluster flies. Cluster flies? Cluster flies. No, that's not them. Those aren't stripes, sir. Maybe people just don't even know. Maybe they don't. Maybe no one knows. Striped housefly. What kind of fly has stripes on its back? From Wiki Answers. A dragonfly has stripes on its back. I've held one and saw the stripes. They are very beautiful. No, dummy. That's not what I want. Fine. Fine, I'm getting out of here. We tried. We tried and the internet failed us. But like God, they're like this big and like right on what looks like their shoulder blades basically are just like vertical stripes. They're huge. I don't understand. I've been seeing them all over the place, not only in my apartment, like in other people's houses and stuff. I'm like, where are these coming from? I don't think I've ever seen these in my life. It's so weird. Turns out they're deadly. No! I doubt it. I don't think there are any deadly flies. Let's find out. Wait. Come on. Are there deadly flies? Top 10 deadliest insects. 5 most horrifying bugs. 10 most terrifying and dangerous insects. No, come on. I just want to know. Are there flies that are poison? Certainly. Thank you. African CC is... What? All I'm getting is people. It's a person. Looks like that's a person. Oh, you're the worst! Google. Fine, I give up. I legitimately give up this time. We're done looking at flies. We're done trying to figure out if they're poisonous flies or if striped flies have a name, because apparently they don't. Nobody knows where they came from. They're a new morphed version of houseflies. They're going to take over the world and just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And soon, there will be flies on YouTube watching a different fly in my seat right now, talking about its day in buzzes. Bzz, bzz. I went on a rant, I'm sorry. But seriously, those flies are terrifying. You don't understand. On that note, I'm going to go. I hope that you guys had an amazing day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye. Mwah!